Hi, dear friends. As we wished, last FB Live was very successful. I appreciate all the friends who are in online and they raise their questions. It's really a privilege once again. Today we have started second FB Live on the teenage love and love relationships. Last time we discussed about what kind of qualities if a person is having, then we can call it love. And we have taken the idea that the Sternberg theory that it contains three qualities: passion, intimacy, and commitment. Any two people, that boy and girl, have these qualities, we told that exactly called as a love. And we know that a boy and girl can definitely attract each other. It's a very common and natural and genetical code. And in the process of attraction, if they develop these three qualities, then that attraction may convert into a love relationship. And also, we discussed about in the teenage love, the prefrontal cortex is not really helpful for the teenage because it's not completely formed. The physical form will be there, but it cannot totally contribute its role. The prefrontal cortex in the brain helps a person to take rational, practical decision making, but it forms only totally about 24 years. So the decision taken during the teenage age, the relationship cannot be really certain. So that is the reason anybody who make a relationship during the time, we tell them that they can continue the relationship till 24 and 25. Then they can take a decision so that your personalities will make a particular shape and your attitudes also will be get along with each other. Then your decision definitely going to helpful for the long term relationship. So this teenage love, or as a matter of fact of love between a boy and girl, or a male and female, even after becoming the adult, different people in the society, they look at in different way. So what we have done is we have taken a big survey on this, and we also studied a lot of books. We have done a lot of research on this. So I'll try to present the things what we have searched and could identify one by one. What really, in terms of chemistry, one can say about love? It says that your brain will release more dopamine and oxytocin, and certain pathways create because of this. So, too automatically your brain responds and start giving these neurotransmitters that actually make the people to believe that this is what I'm searching for, this is what really love it is. So this is given by the chemistry, and now we can understand that how the youth will understand. It is an amazing feeling, and the it happened because it may be destiny in my life, and relationship really making me feel great, and this is ultimate relationship I never experienced it. So I'll try to continue with the same relationship. And people may object for the relationship, but the other person is only made for me. So we are made for each other in attitudes, in thoughts, in behavior, in future, and for our goals. They immediately come to a conclusion after making a relationship within 1 month or 2 months. And how media will look at it? Media always try to look at that. If you can make it a sensation, it can improvise the TRP rates, and if possible, they pull both the couple into the studio and try to talk about it and make big fuss instead of trying to solve the conflicts, if at all any exist between a couple or a couple to the family, they pretend and appear that they try to solve, but really it is going to become very big issue between them. And how a psychologist, a behavioral scientist can look at this. They to analyze and tell that if a boy and girl come together, the relationship between the both the people can be assessed with the most popular which has been done by the way. That is, if the two people they have a relationship and the passion, commitment, and intimacy, if they exist between these two people with the same scale, same level, then we can claim that this is a love relationship. This can be happen between any boy and girl. If this relationship travel for at least 4 or 5 years and their qualities are comfortably they have developed in each other, then they can really claim that it is a love. And how really brain will understand. Brain says that it is a situation of the hormones, whichever is possible can stimulate with the response. Anything you can keep practice, you can remember it, enter into your routine. And during the teenage, decision making is not effective. And how this really understood by the poets. Poets feel that it's a great experience. It's very difficult for us to explain in terms of available vocabulary. They written stories, they written poems, they written novels, they written playlets, they written dramas, and they given beautiful quotes. If you read, you also feel that irrespective of age group that you miss something in the life because you did not experience the love. And how a businessman looks at it. Definitely businessman looks at that this is a highly saleable product and it can be sold anywhere in the world. The concept is very important. Then they prepare the greeting cards with all creativity and they prepare the songs, beautiful music, coupled with the colorful posters with the 3D effect. And wherever you go, that it pulls and attracts you that you need to have this. So the businessman could see this emotional relation between a boy and girl is very uh, high value product and it can be sold at any point of time and anywhere in the world. And how parents will look at it. Majority of the parents, especially in India, they think that it is a terrorist activity which was plotted against the family. And also they did this only to make the parents to suffer. Maybe my children copying it from others. My children are not like that. They never have this kind of qualities. They might copy it from their friends. My child, boy or girl, they are very innocent. The other person trapped for money or for property. And these are all things, parents will think in a different way, but they never try to understand that sometimes this is a natural character. So all need to understand that as the time proceeds, this is the quality people now generating that they have to choose their own partner so that they can lead their life better. In the process of choosing, with our research, we met thousands of children. We have taken the feedback, and we could realize that there are many number of types of loves are there. In our research, there are around 22 different varieties of loves existing. We should not call them as love, but if we say this is a love, then only you may be able to understand that this is emotion between a boy and girl. So I'll try to narrate one by one so that you can really understand it, so that you can really take it for relationships can be different varieties and different qualities. See, the first quality a relationship, you can say that is infatuation. Infatuation, you know pretty well that this happens between the two unequals majority times. It can be a teacher student, it can be a boss and secretary, it can be a authority figure in the family. So between any two people, with a large variation is there. They look at the other person, their style, their way of looking at things, the presentation, or look, beauty. These are all things can create infatuation between a teenager, a boy or girl, or between an authority figure, or a lady or a male. That we call it as a infatuation. And one-way love. This also we see many times. Many films also appear. One-way love is that the other person really don't know that you are loving that person. Maybe they are in the same group, maybe same college, or maybe in the same office. Without informing, without consulting, without communicating that they have these feelings towards that person, but they keep on claiming to self that they are in love. Majority time, this love, this kind of loves end up with the too much of depression, too much of anxiety, too much of self blame. But this is going to hamper. But it exists for some time, and later part, the other person goes away from the place for a longer time, cannot seen. Then slowly it fades off, and they come back to the normal. And another love which we can see is a practical love. In this practical love, they know each other, they talk to each other, they also assess the status of their family and status of the other person's family. What are the issues or what are the conditions are which are really existing in the family? Whether really it is going to possible or not, and they come to a conclusion. If theory your family and my family agrees, then only we go for marriage. Otherwise, this relationship, whatever we are having, it is totally cancelled. And they come to an agreement. They try to go only with that kind of agreements. Marriage love. This the word itself sounds funny. See, these two people, boy and girl, will be in the same platform, maybe in the office, maybe in the college, or in the same apartments. They'll be friendly. The other person showing concern or interest in other person. This person starts feeling that the person, whatever is showing concern, are only exclusively for me, and it's totally for me, and for the sake of me, this person is showing. But actually, that person show the concern as his attitude, as it is in personality, but not really exclusively to this person, because this person could not see this person's attitude towards others in different places, and this person believe that that really exists and only for them. So it is like a mirage. It appears to be there, but really it cannot be there. Another is the most important, pretty well many people could see around in colleges, time pass love. It develops in the canteens, it disappears in the bus stops, it emerges in the classrooms, and it disappears before the exams, and may come into the pubs, and the end of the pub it may be disappear. These are all things are happening just because they want some person to support them during some period, because nobody is there to engage. And the funny in this relationship is that both the people knows that it's only for a time pass. This relationship cannot be taken a long time, and they never share about their family issues. They never share about the family history. They never share about the any other issue about their backgrounds and all. But they meet, they talk, they share the instant pleasantries, and they go away from each other, and they meet whenever they want their company. This we can see many a time, these kind of relationships around us. Another most important is that we can say love at first sorry, love at first sight. This is the most common experienced by many of the people. People keep telling that this guy is my love at first sight, this girl is my love at first sight. But this love at first sight can really exist only for a particular point of time. If you fail to meet that person, then it stays for some time and slowly it fades up, and you may forget that person totally also. In some cases, some situations, if they are existing in the same place, same environment, either it can be office, it can be a college, it can be a working place, anywhere, if it exists, there is a chance, there is a possibility that this person can go and talk to them and try to improvise the relationship. But this kind of love at first sight, majority times it disappears, because the love at first sight will be majority times appears only because of the physical beauty. It may be a male or it may be female, but the way in which their behavior towards others, the way in which they behave in different situations, if they are witness that situations, so they lose interest in them, and slowly they go away from that relationship. And business love, business love, pretty well that the boy and girl may really like each other, but their love is not so intense that they can have a relationship. These relationships, they talk to each other. Sometimes they take this information, the boy and girl, to their parents, and the parents also they look into this. They encourage the children to go for this love, and they look at the business what they are doing. They look at the properties what they have. What is the status of the parents of the boy? What is the status of the parents of the girl? Whether they are bigger than us or they are, you know, on par with us, and they always assess what is the caste, what is the future of these two people if they join, and they calculate everything, and then only they propose. If these two people are really get married, their business is really going to become bigger, and so that they can both can help each other, and their prospective businesses can really improvise more. Then by looking at them only, they enter into the relationship. By chance, for any means, if the business or any one of them is gone down, the relationships totally disappear from that, and they withdraw, and they behave as if the other person is totally new to them. The another relationship we can call it is a instant love. This instant love, it is almost looks like love at first sight, but the instant love is, it cannot stay. The nature of that love itself only for that particular instant. When the person is there, it influences that person, and they claim that I'm totally love and I'm mad with your love. People started changing. Once they gave up from the situation, they totally forget about the relationship, and the relationship cannot continue for a longer time. And it was only to make person to impress other person. People use this kind of words and sentences, because to express the other person's intense feelings, they always carry with a phrase of word love. So they use it and they try to share with the other person. And another important love which generated after the internet innovation, we call the internet love, or anything social media love or FB love. In a FB love, internet love is the same. They were really, people don't know who are they. They exchange the pleasantries, they exchange the thoughts, they exchange everything, and the people think that in this relationship one person is conscious about what they're doing, but other person is not conscious. Sometimes, majority times, they will be very innocent, and the words they exchange, what the text what they give, they totally immerse in that, and they start feeling that this is only the person I could see, this is only the person who is really loving me. Nobody in this world is loving the way in which this person is loving me. But majority times these FB loves and internet loves will be always end up with some kind of violence or a great disappointment or cheating, or some way other way end up with the lot of pain. And this also, once they came to know the reality is totally they disturbed, and the family shows the too much of resistance on this, and they try to ask the people to get out of the relationship. and a lot of fights will exist. And the other person sometimes will be away their state, away their district, away their sometimes country also. And the other person, whatever the pics or whatever the profiles they share, they are majority times they are all dupe. They really cannot useful. And if any person goes to that place where he claimed, you sometimes they may not find that person there. So a lot of cheating and mismanagement exists with this kind of relationships. Majority times they end up with the pain and guilt and disturbances, and sometimes end up with the violence also. And erotic love. Erotic love is zigzag and disordered love. The respect of the other person's concern. They try to dominate them. They try to take their attention. They try to claim that she is my lover or he is my lover. They try to tell to all the friends around, and really it is create a lot of pain. And it reaches to the girl or boy house, and the people come, and it reaches to the police stations. Sometimes arrest, sometimes beating, sometimes it may reach to the some other peak stage of the violence level. And this erotic love is also there. This erotic love, the other person totally hate this person, but this person with all the domination sometimes indulge, attack on the other person, and goes to the violent level. And another most important love is the real love. Actually, there is no real and false love, but the all the loves now we have discussed around 10, 12 varieties. In these kind of relationships, we'll say that there is a some discrepancy, some parity, some disturbances will exist. But in this love, the state of minds of the two people will be better. They are very friendly, cooperate to each other. The theory what we proposed when I started talking about the Stenberg theory, that passion, intimacy, commitment, in these two people will exist that within the equal level. They share the pleasantries, they share the responsibility, they share the troubles, and also they travel with this relationship for more than 5 6 years. In the process of intimacy, they become best friends. They share a lot of help each other, and these kind of all sort of best friendship emerges into the best love. And when they are in the best friendship and best love, they always feel that they want to live together. And in the live together in our country, it's not possible leaving a boy and girl. So they definitely have to take the help of the constitution of marriage. Then they get married and they live life comfortably. And also they know that whatever the qualities they like, they love in both of them, they try to protect them for longer periods of time, so that they can be always in the same state of mind. They always try to be the same state of mind of loving each other, and it keep continuing. See, this is how we can talk, we can understand about the love relationship. And if you can really want to understand little more deeper and deeper, we can say that love will exist between the boy and girl, and it is a continuous searching process. In the last video, in FB Live, we discussed about that. Your brain radar, will be continuously keep on searching for a right person, which is inside of our personality, that the unmet needs, psychological needs we have been carrying in the childhood days, the attachment with which we are having the prime caregiver, which really exists. And that radar keep on searching the different places, different people, and whenever we get attracted to the person, to the needs what we are carrying inside, and immediately we try to catch up, and then we try to generate the love between the two people. And mate and care for the young, we can understand their facial expressions, their way of talking, the kind of words they use, and these are all things will definitely encourage us to enter into a relationship, and then our instincts also keep on pressing that this is the person I'm looking for, and this person is definitely made only for me, and we start working to improvise this relationship. For a relation between the teenagers, there is a popular formula is there. I think majority of the people might be knowing, that is A, B, C, D, T. This formula given by Levonger. A means acquaintance and accessibility. See, if a boy and girl met maybe in a fest, or maybe in a function, or in the college, or accidentally somewhere a necessity in changing in a bank or anywhere, then they understand that this person is very interesting to me. I can make a relation with this person. So that in ABCDT, the A is acquaintance. So slowly they develop the acquaintance. Maybe more number of times they meet in the same place. Maybe sometimes wherever they go, accidentally they meet in the same common work. Then B for build the relationship. So once the acquaintance is increased, then slowly they try to build the relationship. In the process of building a relationship, the they change the phone numbers, they change the email, these WhatsApp numbers. Whenever they find time, they send the best wishes. And sometimes in the festivals or important days, they change the wishes. Then slowly see continuing the relationship. So they wish to continue the relationship. They change the gifts. They try to go together. They have their coffee or tea or movie. Then slowly, in the process of having more number of transactions, if they find that this person is really helpful for them in improvising their happiness, or they really start feeling suffocating the way in which they talk, the way in which they behave, then slowly the deterioration takes place. D takes for the deterioration. If they call, these people never take the call. If they send SMS, they immediately don't give any response for that, and it is in the process of the deterioration. Then last is T. T is for termination. Then their relationship automatically, if their response is not good, the behavior in some situations is very bad, then slowly the relationship go to the total into the termination. So majority of the times, the teenage relationships uh, happens in this process. So dear friends, if you have any queries on this, I wish that you can uh, raise questions. I feel very happy to answer all the questions, and this will definitely help the people to know about that what exactly the love is, because the whole uh, India and the Telugu states also, majority of the people are really suffering because of the misunderstanding the relationships, and unable to, after able to understand that this person is not really meant for me, then they really don't know how to come out of the relationship. They, in spite of having a lot of abuse from the relationship, some people, because they don't know how to come out of the relationship, they try to continue the relationship, and they're experiencing the pain in silence, and at some point of time it becomes unbearable. Then the parents intervention, then parents start talking about it, then all these things will happen. So what I request you is, if you have any issues, if your friends are having any issues, please talk to us. Here is one platform working for the this teenage love to make you understand. Teenage Temptations is our flagship program we have been doing, and I already in the last webinar I also shared that there is a app is there, YOUNME. We have a .co is our website, and YOUNME is the app. It can help you in the form of suggestions, and also we introduced a lot of questionnaires in that. You can assess whether you are in depression, whether you are anxiety, whether mortal harmony is there or not. All kinds of help is given, and the only thing is you just go to the app, download, and then you can get assess the issues which you have, which you believe. then you can put a message, then automatically will come to your help and make your life better. And I thank all for being here and share this video with your friends so that it will be helpful for the uh, generation.